Hi, Jerry Sell here with the Vengeance Division of Forest River, and this video highlights the Rogue Armored 4007 G2 Luxury Fifth Wheel. So I'm starting in the kitchen in the 4007 because it's one of the great features of this particular floor plan. You have a really strong working kitchen area, and of course as you walk in the front door, one of the first things you see is the 16 cubic foot residential style refrigerator. So this refrigerator is actually 12 volt. So you have refrigeration up top, and then the drawers are freezer. But it's a 12 volt refrigerator, means it runs off your battery. So even going down the road, you don't have to have the gas on like the old gas electric. It runs off the batteries. And when you're plugged in, of course, your converter changes that 110 to battery as well. So if you're gonna have a great big residential style refrigerator, we're also gonna give you a great big residential style 30-inch microwave. So you can see it's a full-size microwave as opposed to the smaller RV microwaves that are standard in so many other products. A great functional stove with oven. You have solid surface countertops. Nice big farm-style sink. He won't have any trouble doing the dishes in this one. You got your sprayer faucet with the pull down. Ample cabinet space, drawers, which are always a premium. And then next to the refrigerator is a full-size pantry to make sure you can go camping for at least a week. The 4007 actually has a nice little dinette eating area. We provide you with the booth on this side, and then if you like to get some other chair or type of product, a stool or something on that side, you can do it. We don't, because the front door is right here and we want to give you ample space to move in and out. So the nice thing is a lot of toy haulers, when you get giant garages like this one has, really cramp the living area. So we're able to give you dining and a seating area over here on this side, where you'll see a nice 3-seat sofa that has heat and massage on the ends. Nice big picture windows with the zebra shades. We've got them shut right now because it's so sunny outside. And then our access back into the garage. We've put the fireplace right in front of the dinette under the sink. This is an electric fireplace that's actually good for heating 400 square feet. The 4007 is about 428 square feet, so it's really nice on those chilly mornings when you just want to warm things up. You can turn this on. One, you have the ambiance of the flame, but you also have an additional heating source. We have 15 feet of linear storage in the 4007, so it fits even the largest of 4-seat side-by-sides. You get a half bath here, and one of the neat features of this half bath is the collapsible wall. So if I do have a big UTV vehicle, all I need to do is pull these down. This wall folds away. Obviously there's straps. Pop this wall opens up, and here you can see in the bath, obviously there is a toilet and a sink, but now I have full working space all the way to the front for even the largest vehicles. And while I'm up front here, two things to notice. One, it is washer dryer ready. We put our washer dryer ready area back in the garage as opposed to up in the bedrooms, giving you more storage space in your bedroom area. So you have hot and cold water back here. Also, I'd like to highlight this, which is a camera ready, backup camera ready system. The Rogue Armored actually comes with the Furrion 4 camera backup system ready, meaning you'll have to buy the camera from your dealership or online or however you want to do it. But what you have here is a camera back here. There's obviously the backup camera that we all know that's mounted on the back of the coach. And then out front, you'll also notice are on the front marker lights, there are mounts for the camera. So you actually have 4 cameras. So going down the road, you can see behind you, you can see beside you on both sides. And really, most importantly, if you've got a very expensive motorcycle or something back here and you hit some really rough road and you're worried about, is my bike okay? You can change the channel and have this camera right here shooting back so you know that your precious cargo is safe. We have 3 distinct sleeping areas back in the garage. The first is the overhead loft. And here's a unique thing that we do as well. You'll notice that the access to this bed is back here in the garage. And we give you this door that is actually a soundproof door as much as a vapor barrier door. And the reason I say that is a lot of toy haulers, the access to this bunk is actually in the living area up this way. So what happens is if I have kids and I want to put them to bed, unfortunately I put them to bed and I stay and watch TV, they're going to be watching TV right along. But this way I can shut the door, they can be up here safe. There's actually a ladder that attaches right here. And this is a full-size bed. Also, up above, we have our quick set bed system, which is one of the unique features of the Rogue and the Rogue Armored products. And that is, this is not the standard mechanical bed that has a motor and chain drive and all that. We have the quick set bed system, which is very quick and very simple and takes a matter of seconds to get the bed ready. And of course, below this quick set bed, and you can see the pistons are doing the work. It's a strut assist system. Down below, we have the sofas that will come down, and then the sofas also make into a queen bed, 60 wide by actually 90 inches long. We have 5,000-pound tie downs that are connected completely through to the chassis. So you have 5,000-pound tie downs on a 1-inch thick floor. So you know this is very substantial back here. And then our flooring material is called Durapoxy. It's actually an oil and gas resistant composite material that we use instead of the black diamond plate. We find this is easier to clean. It's more residential looking. It's certainly more comfortable in your bare feet as well. This 4007 has one of the new options that we have for 2023, and that is the 3-season door. So you can see right now it's open for me to walk in and out. I can shut it. There are glass panels that will come up, so you have basically protection from the elements for 3 seasons. And then if I want to use the ramp door, we'll just open it up like this. Pop this side out. Same thing here, there's a little lever I pull. There we are. And you can also attach them on the sides, and now we can bring our toys in and out. Also, here's the patio system. What you have is a 3,000-pound rated ramp door. So what that means is when the ramp is down to drive your toys in, it's rated at 3,000 pounds with a 1,000-pound single point of contact. And then when we have it up as a full patio like this, the door is rated for 1,500 pounds. So your whole family can be comfortable out here. Comes with the railing system, and we have the steps that fold away and are conveniently strapped up against the inside wall for transit. And obviously the ramp door is weatherproof, so you can have it out in the rain. Coming up the steps to the bedroom, the first stop is the master bath. In the master bath, we have a real nice glass enclosed shower. And the best part about the bath is the spa shower system. It's a controlled system where you have your rain shower head, a handheld sprayer, and 2 body sprays, so you can wash everything at once. You have a porcelain foot flush toilet, a nice sink area, and a linen closet. While we're in the bath, I want to point out another new feature for 2023, and that is the tankless hot water heater. So instead of having a 6 or a 10-gallon water heater system, we now have a tankless system which gives you constant on-demand hot water. And one of the cool things about it is not only do you get all the hot water you need, but I'm going to turn this on right now, and you'll see as I turn it on, the temperature is set for 114. One of the things I like about this system is if I know the temperature I like to take a shower at, and you can play with it a little bit, but most people, their temperature is going to be in the 90s actually. What I can do is take this and I will just pop this down to say 95 degrees, because that's the temperature I like to take a shower, right? And now I'll turn the water on in the shower, just the hot water on, and it'll come out exactly 95 degrees, my ideal shower temperature. The master bedroom in the 4007 features a king bed. So a standard queen bed is 60 inches wide by 80 inches long, and a standard king bed is 76 inches wide by 80 inches long. Because we're in a more confined area, the king bed here is actually 72 inches. So it's not quite a king, but it's really big. So we call it a king bed here. The bed itself is actually angled up right now. This is actually a power bed system. The switch is over here where I can raise and lower the bed. There, I'll lower it down just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So at night it can be flat, or if you want to raise it up to watch television, or he starts to snore a little bit, she can push the button, raise him up. So it's a real great system that, one, gives you more legroom and area when you're walking around during the day, and also the ability to raise and lower to your comfort. You get ample storage in this bedroom as well. There's actually 8 drawers in this bedroom. 1, 2, 4, 6 in the slide, and you have 2 extra in the really large nightstand that is next to it. We give you a shirt wardrobe here, and then in the hall heading back down to the kitchen is a full-size wardrobe. While I'm up here in the bedroom, I want to talk a little bit about the air conditioning system that we use, because it's really kind of unique. We actually have 2 air conditioners, and normally in most RVs you'll notice the main air is in the living area and the secondary air is up here in the bedroom. What we've done is we've placed the 2 air conditioners, one in the bedroom and one back in the garage. And what we have done is we've actually ducted them together. So when both airs are blowing, if I have the dump valves shut here, and guys, air is like water. It'll always take the path of least resistance. So right now you can hear it's fairly quiet, it's running, right? But if I open these up, now the majority of the air is blowing right here and cooling this off. So at night, when I'm in the sleeping areas, I'm gonna be up here or I'm gonna be back in the garage. I open these up and these areas stay nice and cool. In the daytime, I wanna cool my living space. We'll shut these and that forces the air from both ends into the living area. So in the daytime, it's nice and cool. At night, when I go to bed, where do I go? I go up here, I open these up, we stay cool. It eliminates the need for that 3rd air conditioner and the additional weight that the airs have. Here on the outside of the 4007 G2, there's a lot of tremendous features that we have just in the first 8 feet. So first off, this is a wide body toy hauler, meaning it's 102 inches wide. One of the cool things is we have what we call the Power Max chassis system, which is actually a wider chassis system to go along with the wider box. A lot of toy haulers use a standard 8-foot wide chassis and just put their outriggers farther out. We don't do that. This is actually a wide body chassis, and you can see it on the front jack legs, how far wide they are. It makes the trailer much more stable. But the best part about the Power Max chassis system is the Power Max storage. So not only do you get the full pass-through storage like everybody else has, but because what we've done is dropped with a Z-frame type system, we've dropped our battery and generator storage below the main floor area. So I'm going to open this up real quick and you'll see you get about 50% more storage on the outside of the coach with this system. What's nice as well is our battery compartment. So here's the thing about toy haulers. They're really designed to go out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, a toy hauler, if you go back to the history of toy haulers, they were basically invented to go out in the sand dunes in California where people could ride their dune buggies and their bikes and all that type of stuff. So as a product, we've evolved into a product that should last a long time dry camping or without any extra power sources. So our battery compartment is great because we give you this huge compartment, which is actually good enough space for up to 8 batteries. So if you are going to go out dry camping and use solar and all, you can actually put a full bank of batteries in this compartment. While we're talking about batteries, the Rogue Armored comes with 2 different features of solar combined. One is what we call our juice pack feature that you're going to find on every Rogue Armored product. What that is a 100-watt solar panel, a 27 series battery, the controller, and a voltage meter on the inside so you can see what the voltage is. On top of that, we have an additional 100-watt panel we call the Juice Pack Expansion Panel, and that's a dealer chosen option, but I'll be honest with you, most dealers actually have it. So your Rogue that you're looking at probably will have 200 watts of solar already attached on here. And the cool thing is the controller, which is right here, I don't know if you can see that or not, but the controller is actually good for up to 500 watts. So if you want to add more wattage, another couple 100-watt panels, you can do that. Put a bank of batteries in here, and you should be fine going for weeks and weeks just on the battery power with the solar. So our generator is kind of fun too, and that is the NPS inverter generator powered by Yamaha. So about 3 or 4 years ago, we partnered with Forest River, we partnered with NPS to develop a new generator for the RV industry. And that is an exclusive product for us. So there's a couple of really great things about this generator. Number one, you'll notice it says inverter technology. There's two important things that happen with inverter technology. One is an inverter generator is what's called a pure sine wave generator. What that means is, as we all go back and remember our high school classes of electricity, electricity is a sine wave, and it's a perfectly rounded curve that's constant. A lot of the other generators that are used in the RV industry are what's called a near pure generator. I mean, it's not necessarily pure, it's kind of more boxy. And that type of generator works fine for regular electric products, but a pure sine generator is much better and is really required if you're going to have things like your cell phones or your tablets or that type of thing. So it's a more pure form of energy. But the other thing about an inverter generator is it works based on draw. What that means is instead of the normal RV generator where you push the button and it just runs 100% all the time, the inverter generator, like on a day like today, it happens to be fairly cool outside, we don't need the air conditioner on. If I turn the generator on, it's basically going to idle because there's not enough draw to really ask it to work any harder. If we go in and turn on one air conditioner, this will rev up for enough juice for one air conditioner. Turn on two, it's going to rev up again. So it's 50% more fuel efficient than the standard RV generator. Folks, what's a generator for? Well, it's for power, of course. Well, what happens if somehow we do have a problem with the batteries or the solar or something like that? You're out all day, you come home and your batteries are dead. The problem with the standard RV generator is you need to have a charged battery so you can push the button to start the generator to charge the batteries. So in working with NPS, we came up with a good old-fashioned lawnmower pull start. You can always start this generator. The other nice thing about this generator is if you're sitting around the campfire and it's about 7 o'clock and you decide, hey, we should all go turn on our generators, juice the batteries overnight, make sure we have power for the nighttime, all your friends are going to get up from the campfire, walk into their units and push their button. Well, you're going to take this key fob, we have it right here for storage right now, you're going to take this key fob right here, give it a push, and boom, start your generator right up. So the last thing I want to say is a warranty type of situation, and that is because the NPS generator is powered by Yamaha, you actually take it to Yamaha service centers to get it serviced. So the great thing about this is there are so many Yamaha places, and when you think about Yamaha, remember there's Yamaha outboards, so boat stores can service it. Yamaha motorcycle stores can fix it. You've got the Yamaha ATV stores, you can take it there. In fact, Yamaha even makes small engines for lawnmowers and stuff. You could theoretically take it to Bob's Mower Repair and have this fixed. So there's over 3,000 places in North America that can work on this generator for warranty. And the other nice thing about it is, speaking of warranty, you get a full 3-year warranty on this product. A couple of other great features up here in the front are, number one, this says propane on it, and you'll see here that we have saddlebag construction, meaning there's a propane tank on both sides. You have two 30-pound or 7-gallon tanks, so that should last quite a long time in this unit. But the other thing I want to talk about while I'm standing here is our 6-point automatic leveling system. One of the unique features of the Rogue Armored is we actually use a 12-volt automatic leveling system as opposed to a hydraulic system. The premise behind that is when we initially designed the Rogue Armored product, one of the goals we had was to be the lightest weight luxury toy hauler on the market. And we succeeded by as many as 2,000 to 3,000 pounds over our competitors. Part of that weight loss was taking out the heavy hydraulic systems and going with a lighter weight electric system, which is a 12-volt system. But what I like as a camper about the 12-volt system, well, first of all, I'll tell you, the hydraulic system itself is stronger and it is faster. So that's the plus for the hydraulic. Let me give you what I feel is the plus for the electric, and I think it's a bigger plus, personally. Number one, an electric system works all season. Hydraulic systems, when you get really cold temperatures below freezing, the hydraulic fluid gums up, and it's very, very difficult to work. And in some instances, when it gets below zero, you just can't put your jacks down. The electric systems are always consistently working. But the other most important thing to me about the electric system is the what if. what if I'm out camping and it's Sunday late afternoon and I've got to get home, I've got a 5-hour drive home, and we push the button to retract all the jacks, and for some reason that back jack doesn't go up. And we've tried all the manual things and we've tested everything we can do, and son of a gun, that back jack's just not going to go up. Well, the great thing about the electric system, the 12-volt system, and I'm going to ask you come in here and take a look, or we're going to shoot a closer shot, is this motor is exactly the same motor that every one of the jacks has, all 6. So the cool thing is, you see this little black cover right here. I'm going to lift that up, and inside is the female end of a 3/8 inch socket set. So all I have to do is put the socket in there and ratchet the jack up. So I know I can always get my jacks up and I can always get home when I'm finished camping. I mentioned the PowerMax storage in the beginning. You can get an idea of how big that storage is, but what I want to point out back here is some of the functionality that we've built into the Rogue Armored product. And one is, if you've been looking at fifth wheels or you've seen other brands of fifth wheels, you'll notice that very often this wall is always a solid wall. And the reason for that is there's a lot of wiring and there's plumbing and all kinds of stuff that's back in there that we as manufacturers don't want you to see. Well, we've taken a different tack with our product and we've said, you know what? We're going to make it accessible. So you'll see that these are flex panels that I can actually open up, and you'll see in here I have access to the water panel. Yes, there is a string, a pile of spaghetti worth of wires. One of the cool things, guys, may as well point this out, is you'll notice all the wires are color coded. That's actually electrical code in the RV industry. So we know every one of those colors where they go. For example, the green wire, if you can see it, that's all your running lights. Another one of the great features on the 4007 G2 is our outside kitchen. Now, outside kitchen's probably not the right term because it's more, I would call it outside party central. What we've given you is a refrigerator for your sodas or your beer, an ice maker for your drinks or to make margaritas, place to cut your limes, place to throw them away. So it's really a great social kind of area. There isn't actually a stove or anything. What we do give you is an LP quick connect down below so you can bring your gas grill and hook it up. And there's also a port for fresh water inside if you want to have some form of water here. As I mentioned earlier, we talked about how we're the lightest weight luxury toy hauler on the market. And one of the byproducts of that is the fact that we only have 2 axles instead of 3. Because we are thousands of pounds lighter than our competition, you don't need that 3rd axle and all that extra weight and the extra tire cost and the extra wear on the tires. So I want to point out just a couple of things. One is you're noticing this is a Goodyear Endurance tire, steel belted radial tire, made in America. But the most important thing I want to say about the tire is not only is it a great tire, but if you're a camper and you've been traveling for years and you've owned campers before, you know that the average standard trailering tire has a speed limit of 65 miles an hour. And I can tell you, going down the road, I see a lot of people driving faster than 65, which really isn't a good thing. The nice thing about the Goodyear Endurance is it has a speed rating of 87 miles an hour. Now, I'm not condoning you drive that fast, of course, but the nice thing is if you are going to push it a little bit and get into that 70 mile an hour speed, you know your tires are going to take it. If you do have a problem, one of the things that we've added to the Rogue Armored product is the TST tire pressure monitor system. So what's nice about this is actually a banded system. It's not the system that goes on the back end of the valve stem. It's actually a band on the inside of the tire. So not only does it read tire pressure, but most importantly, it reads tire temperature, because that's when a tire will tell you it's going to blow. So the nice thing is you've got this tire pressure monitor system. This is actually the monitor that's going to mount in your truck with a USB port or a little cigarette lighter plug, and will actually read your temperature. There's actually an alarm. If it gets too hot, it's gonna set off an alarm saying, hey, you better pull over before your tire blows. Really a nice addition to the Rogue Armored product. And lastly, since I'm on the outside of the coach, let's talk a little bit about the construction. The Rogue Armored is an aluminum frame vacuum bonded coach. What that means is this is a hard wall type product with polystyrene foam insulation. That means it's a solid wall product. The best way to talk about the insulation is the white polystyrene foam. Think about that styrofoam cup that you've had cups of coffee your whole life in, where you pour boiling hot water into the cup, and you know how thin that little cup is. Well, think about this being a 2-inch wall, just how thick this is. This is basically a giant cooler. It's extremely well insulated. We do have enclosed heated holding tanks. We also have heat pads on every one of our tanks so that you know even going down the road in freezing weather, your tanks aren't going to freeze. Which I never mentioned in this video, capacities of tanks. Folks, the Rogue Armored has 158 gallons of fresh water. It has 100 gallons of gray water and 80 gallons of black water capacity. So you've got a lot of capacity in this thing, once again, for you to spend as long as you want out in the middle of nowhere playing with your toys. So that's the Rogue Armored 4007 G2. If you have any more questions, please visit us at www.forestriverinc.com/rogue.